All right, guys, so I've got this cool little asset here that I'm going to go ahead and be giving out. It'll be on the Gumroad here. And it's basically a little group setup of different nodes here. We got a dirt mask, an edge mask, a grunge metal full material, another grunge plastic material, and then a roughness mask and a scratch mask. And just something I've been kind of playing with because I'm always doing grungy stuff. So I like to just like have a quick, easy setup for here. So if I was to quickly just to show you what you got here, I'm going to go ahead and fire up this scene here. And just to quickly show you here, I've got this material right on top of here, just a diffuse universal material. So if I take the grunge plastic, for example, we'll go ahead and plug that into here. And actually goes into the material because it's a material, into the material slot there. You see we have nothing here, and it's just showing this white color, but you can see how it is basically all grunged up here. And what it is, it's a combination of these different grunge nodes, grunge mask nodes inside of here. So you can jump in here and play with it, tweak it around, see what's basically going on here. I basically got a dirt, scratches, edge, roughness, and a scratch bump, all being plugged into this universal material. So if we jump back out here, I've given you this slot here to input a color. So if we come in here and you just basically go into an RGB color node, we take this and then we can change this to whatever color we want, right? So you've got something like that. Let me go to my orange there. Boom. Okay, so now you see we've got scratches on here. We've got scratches, you've got grunge in the corners, you've got dirt, right? So it's kind of very simple. And then I've also got just like this sphere, so you can see it on the sphere here basically. And we've got even a roughness. You can see how the roughness breakup layer on there is. So very simple, very self-explanatory. Then I also took another one of those and made a metal one, just for when you got that layered up metal, right? So we go ahead and plug that into here, and you'll see it's just a metallic. There it is. Same thing with the metallic here. If we plug this in, we'll give it that color. Okay, so that's basically that. But the real magic happens is basically with the grunge nodes here, which I basically just did this Uber shader with those inside there. So we have this, let me come back here and plug this back into here. All right, so we've got this glossy here. And if I take this scratch one here, and if I plug this into the beetle so you can see what's happening, right now it's basically the scale is set to 0. So if I set that to 1, you can see here we've got just different multiple scratches here. So we start off here, we've got big scratches, and these are all procedural, right? Okay. And the big scratch, you see the length is a little bit long, so I've added this little thing here so you can control the length of that. So there we go, we've got some big scratches. And again, if you want these scratches to pop out and stuff, what we need to do is add those into the bottom here. So for example, if I take this out and plug this into the bump, and then I'm going to need to invert that. So we'll just go ahead and add in an invert node, invert texture node. Just go ahead and crank this up a little bit. Now you can see we've got a little bit of that light catching some of those edges on some of these. Right there. Okay, so that's the scratches. And then of course we could bring in more scratches if we want. That's just the big scratches. I have them all layered up. We have small scratches, and then I have tiny scratches. You can see that there they are. Then we've got the scale. We can control the scale on these scratches here. And then I even have this invert here, so you could just invert it without having to do the invert. Right, so I could just duplicate that and do the invert, but this is just so you can keep them in the same place. Then we also have, let's go and move that down here. I have a dirt mask. And again, if we just plug this dirt mask into here, you can see what this is doing. It's just basically a dirt mask with some other things inside of there. So I can control the power on that. And it actually has this noise texture already connected to it. So if we put that to 1, set that to 1, set this to 0. This is basically, we can set this up. There's the basics of it. And then you can control the radius of it. So if we had something like that, and then you can see it looks too clean. So then we can just add some noise in here by maybe just taking our scaling that up. And then we can take our contrast. We can add some contrast into it like that. Omega breaks it up, octaves. So the dirt mask can be really easily used, especially once you do like a composite texture node. If I plug this composite texture node into here, and I've got 2 different colors. I've got my blue here, which is my base color, and I'll go ahead and see that. Oh, and then on top here, I've got the composite the dirt color here. So then if I just plug this as a mask, which it is, boom, there it is. Now it's doing the mask. And then of course we can invert that, or we can even do some math, like maybe you want to add it on top or something, or maybe multiply it. But let's go back to put it back to normal. And then I can just invert that here, just adding in the invert node. And now it inverts it. Now we've got the dirt on top of the color here, right? So then we also have a roughness, one to break up the roughness, because right now you can see this is super clean and super shiny. So the roughness, I plug that into the albedo so you can see what it's doing. It's just got like swirls and roughness in here. And then I have a range node on here, which you can just control the minimal maximum values. There's that. And then we can also play with the scale. And these numbers could be pushed farther. Like if I go to 5, right, you can push these numbers farther. Or you can even add a gradient map node to, or in front of it, right, to add a little bit more to it. So if I go ahead and plug this into the roughness, you can see we've got the roughness break up there. And then I also have, I showed you the scratch, the edge. And then we also have an edge one here, which is basically self-explanatory. It's just going to be an edge. If I plug that into the albedo, this is getting more of the edge. Now the edge one, I did add a tolerance. You can see here, here's kind of breaking. So that's when you just use the tolerance. Try to adjust that out so the tolerance is not so much there. And then again, we can bring down the strength. We can control the radius on that. There that is. And then again, for example, if we throw that back into our composite texture, I can add in another input, bring in a different color here, plug that in the input. Just for the sake of it here, we'll just change that to green so you can see it. And then we'll plug this into the opacity. And there's the edge, right? And then again, you got all your math you can still play too. So just thought I'll share these out. They'll be available on the Gumroad and also inside the community for members inside the community there. If you guys are interested, I do have a fully 15-minute tutorial of how to do procedural grime, how to do this stuff like make it from scratch. 7-day free trial in the Blender Octane School community, and then you can go there and do the 15-minute pro to new procedural grunge tutorial. Peace.